data has been published around the results for the long-used SAT college entrance exams, and Maryland has scored above the national average. Jim, what do these results indicate?
Well, I think that anytime we can be above the national average, I think that's a good thing. I think that this is a test that's been around forever. So as tests go, I think that that's a good thing. So this is a tried and true test, so to speak. What it says about the students generally, I don't know. I mean, we've had many discussions on this panel about the benefit or lack of benefits of standardized testing. So I don't know that I can stretch to say that. But again, I think anytime we're above the national average, you can't help but say that's a good thing.
Well,
Henry?
The respective county numbers haven't come back, so we really can't say how Washington County did in comparison to Frederick or Garrett or Allegheny. But I know from what I was doing research prior to the show is that the tests actually had been revamped a little bit from prior iterations. Yeah. And so that may play a little into it. We're above where our averages have been in the past, which is fantastic. I'm not quite sure if your success on an SAT necessarily will dictate your success in a classroom or in a career. It shows that you have competence in the items that are being tested on that given test. You know, I had one child who, you know, missed by 20 points, scoring perfect on the test, which is fantastic. I had another child who missed by 600 points from scoring perfect on the test. Both of them were doing very well in their lives. So I can't say that one dictates, you know, it's going to dictate what someone's success. The interesting thing when you look at some of the results is how it breaks down by demographics, with the Asian population scoring 20, 30 points higher than the white population, which scores, you know, still significantly higher than the black population. And so,
well, and if you take top to bottom, the Asian population scoring more than 200 points higher than the black population, that's a scary statistic as well.
And 150 points above Hispanic. I mean,
right.
Now, with this SAT score, we're lumping people in, we're taking tests, you get the score. How about all those kids that are going into the trades? What's happened to them? They're grouped into the same amount of people.
Well, they may not be taking the test.
Right. Yeah.
Are they?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know that.
We can't.
I can tell you, if I had it to do over and weren't going and did not plan to attend college, I wouldn't give up the study time and the Saturday morning to go take the crazy exam, because it was not fun. It's one of those things, and I took the PSATs, I think twice, and then the SATs. And I got to tell you, it was not an enjoyable process for me.
Yeah, I took the PSAT, the ACT, and the SAT all at once.
I took the ACT 6 months later, just because somebody wanted it, which was also less than enjoyable.
And I didn't sweat the details, because I figured if I didn't know it before I went into the test, I wasn't going to know it when I walked out from the test. So I did what I felt was, well, it's above what our state averages are, so I'm pretty happy with the results.
You know, one of the things that I found interesting was the looking at the disparities. One of the director of what's called the National Center for Fair and Open Testing, immediately upon seeing the disparities said, well, this is a reason why we shouldn't use standardized tests. And that may have merit, but it also may point to the fact that we need to do some things in our education system for our black and Hispanic communities that we're not doing currently.
Should we look at the demographics of where these communities are so that maybe we can invest in better resources for them to develop? Or is it a function of the home that is impacting the student? Because
a lot of that happens.
Less affluent, sometimes, you know, they don't score as well on these
I think Henry's hit on a crucial part of the test scores. Do they have the support system at home?
Right.
How can that change? Again, we've been talking about this since I was elected in the 70s. It's still the same thing, still the same arguments, and there will be a reaction in 2 more years to another score about changing things again.
Right.
It's a constant change.
The other interesting thing, according to one of the articles that I read, is there are over 900 schools across the country at this point that are de-emphasizing the use of standardized tests like the ACT, the SAT. So maybe the pendulum's swinging a little bit away from this standardized entrance exam for college purposes. I don't know.
Henry, you have anything else?
Well, I think personally, I think if the college did, with technology, it's really easy to do an actual interview. You send in your scores, you do well in your classes. That will sort of give you a barometer of what the student's going to be doing. And then you can do a face-to-face interview and even a writing essay, so you get to gauge. And that was added to the SATs after I took it, was the writing essay, which had to be scored.
You don't even have to do that.
On the new sets.
On the new one, you don't even have to take the writing portion of it. Up next, we're back with Fast 5. Stay tuned.